Hello everyone and welcome to this channel. In this video I am going to cover the game of Magnus Carlsen from the tournament titled Tuesday, in which Magnus Carlsen deflected his opponent with the double attack. So without any delay, let's start the game. Magnus with white played the move d4 and his opponent Dmitry Tatarino played knight to f6, bishop f4, d6 and knight to c3. Not c3 nor c4, knight c3 right away. The idea is to play e4. Here black played knight to c6 and here Magnus played knight to f3. If you are wondering about the move e4 right away, then it is less effective here because of the following variation. After e4, black simply play e5 instantly. Now after d takes e5, bishop g4. This in between move helps black to equalize easily, as now after d cross e5, if queen takes queen, then rook cross queen. And if white play knight to f3, then bishop cross f3 and black is doing completely fine. And instead of knight to f3, if white try to play f3, then d cross e5, and here too black is doing completely fine. So guess what, Magnus has already seen all this, and that's why he played knight to f3, not e4. Now bishop to f5, preventing e4, and d5. Magnus played d5, an inaccurate move, simply because white's pieces are not developed yet, and generally it is advised not to play same piece twice in the opening. But he's Magnus Carlsen and he can do whatever he likes and he can still win, and he already know all of this much better than anyone else. So this must be to confuse his opponent, and his opponent played e5. He did get confused and did a mistake. Now instead of e5, the better move for black is to play knight to b4, attacking the c2 pawn twice, and after rook to c1 defending it, c6 and black is okay. But black played e5. Now Magnus plays d cross c6, a good move, but a better move according to the engines here is to play e4 first, and after knight cross e4, then d cross c6 and knight cross c3, b cross c3, and white is better. But d cross c6 is also a good move, and after the obvious recapture e cross f4, Magnus plays knight d4, activating the knight with the tempo, bishop c8 protecting the b7 pawn, and e3, since this bishop is the only minor piece which hasn't developed yet. Now f cross e3, and here Magnus played queen to e2, a very clever move by world champion. It seems white is threatening to capture this e3 pawn with a check, but the actual threat is to play c cross b7, and after the forced bishop cross b7, queen b5 check, and this bishop will be gone. And guess what, opponent played bishop e7. He did blunder because this trap seems quite natural and anyone can unsay this. Now you can already guess the best move here. The best move is to play a6, prevent queen b5 check, but he played bishop to b7 and the obvious c cross b7. Bishop cross b7 is totally forced, queen b5 check, the double attack as the title suggests. Now queen to d7, queen cross b7, and Magnus is successfully a piece up. Now it's just a matter of conversion technique. Here black played e cross f2 check, king cross f2, and black castles. Now bishop to e2 with the idea to play rook f1 or e1 with king g1, making king more safer. Now rook a to b8 attacking the queen, and here Magnus played queen to c6, the best move, just trying to exchange the queens. If you want to greedy and want to play queen cross a7, then black simply plays d5, which is also winning for white but more challenging, because now c5 and d5 and the pawn starts rolling. But Magnus played queen to c6, trying to exchange the queens. Now rook cross b2, queen cross d7, knight cross d7, and the half battle of conversion is already done, as the queens are already exchanged. And now let's focus on the other half. Now knight to d5, attacking the bishop and the pawn, bishop to f6, knight cross f6 check. White is trying to exchange as much pieces as possible since he's a piece up. Now knight cross f6, rook h to b1, forcing another exchange, rook f to b8, rook cross b2, rook cross b2, and bishop to d3. So now important exchanges are done, and white is trying to consolidate by activating and adjusting its pieces. Black played c5, attacking the knight, knight to b3, and here Magnus is threatening to play this and capture this rook. Now c4, black is trying to free his rook by giving up the pawn. Now bishop cross c4, rook cross c2 check. It's a attack on the bishop 2, so bishop e2 is forced. Now g6, h3, king g7, king e1, h5, and bishop to f3, obstructing black's knight. g5, knight to d4, attacking the rook, rook to c5, and now this rook becomes free, this a1 rook, since it is not, the a2 pawn was not attacked. So rook to d1, g4, attacking the bishop, h cross g4, h cross g4, bishop to e2, king g6, knight to b3, attacking the rook, and it is very easy for Magnus to convert this position, as we all know. Now rook to d5, another mistake, as anyone can tell, if you are down a piece then don't trade pieces, only trade pawns. But anyway, rook cross d5, white is clearly winning. Knight cross d5, bishop cross g4, white also gets a free pawn. Now king to g5, attacking the bishop, bishop to f3, attacking the knight, knight to b4, black wants to take this a2 pawn. Now a4, king to f4, king d2, king to e5, king to c3, attacking the knight, knight a2 check, king to c4, f5, and knight to a5, and black resigned the game. Since there is nothing to play, white is simply threatening to play king to b3, followed by knight to c1, king c2, and also knight to c6, threatening to take this a7 pawn, and this position is winning in many ways. So that's how Magnus won this game. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the game, and please feel free to comment about how you felt and what is there to improve. And yeah, see you later in the next video.